Hey everyone, on September 17th, 2022, we put together an amazing event, the Green Summit, where we brought together leaders in business, tech, and finance to share their vision for a sustainable future. We have a special episode right now because this is one of those presentations from the Green Summit. If you're interested in attending another Green Summit, go to green-summit.org. Welcome to the Green Podcast. My name is Dylan Welch. I'm the CEO of green.org and Dylan Welch Media. Our goal with this podcast is to bring you the biggest names and leaders in renewable energy, clean technology, and sustainability so that you can stay up to date with the latest trends and everything that is happening in this world. Not only that, you'll get some action items for your life so that you can apply some amazing things and make your world a better place as well. Let's get the show started. Our next guest, the CEO of EV Charge for You, Paul Nijssen. Paul, get on out here. Paul Nijssen, everybody. All right, Paul, let's grab a seat here. So, guys, Paul, super interesting guy, came down yesterday, and Paul's been on the Green Podcast a few times and has told me some super cool stories. And one story I found really interesting was kind of you were one of the very first adapters of Tesla. So tell us about sort of that very first time you heard of Tesla, you're out there, you got to see the Roadster, and a little bit about that.
Well, I am a Formula One freak. Sorry for that still. But we went with a whole group to Tesla Motors in 2007 when they had only true prototypes. And at that time, I really didn't care about cars. The cars from A to B, and that's it. I don't care how nice it is, as long as it gets me there. But I came home and I told my wife, I said, oh man, I need to get that Roadster. Later, I found out, actually, that I barely fit in there with my 6'2", but that's another fact, but yeah.
That's amazing. So 2007, if you think about that, there were two Tesla prototypes. They weren't making them, they just had them for people to check out. Paul got to see that. Now, I actually heard yesterday a really interesting fact about Tesla. They're the number one company on the S&P in terms of growth. So basically, you got to see them at the very beginning and watch basically the biggest, fastest growing company in the past 10 years become what it is today. Now we see Teslas all day, every day. So I always thought that was really interesting that you got to sort of be there before it happened. And that's what's cool about the people that we're seeing today. Some of these companies are on sort of their beginning phases, and who knows where they'll be in 10, 15 years. So anyway, let's dive into you, Paul. So tell us a little bit about your background and a little bit about EV Charge for You.
So my background is that I'm Dutch, and nice color, by the way, that orange bike. I came from the Netherlands. I had always an electric background and came here in 2006. Start from the bottom again and was not satisfied with my bosses. And so I started my own company. First I got hired by a startup for lighting controls. Well, in Europe, lighting controls were already 20 years there. But so luckily, to that connection, I came back to Tesla, and I was one of the first small companies who started servicing them when the Model S came out, and that was just great, perfect. Everybody said I was crazy. Nobody believed in me, and I said, well, I take my time, and we will see where we get. And here we are, 2022, and the governor, 2035. No more sales from ICE cars. People asked me about it and said, Paul, did you hear this? And I said, did you guys live under a rock? Because I knew this already for 7 years coming. The only thing, they didn't sign it yet. But the agreement was there already on the table for 7 years.
I'm sensing a lot of similarities between our speakers, and it's basically go out and start a business is kind of the idea I'm hearing. So what made you transition, and where was the idea to sort of start EV Charge for You? Like, if you could explain to everybody what EV Charge for You is, and then kind of explain how you got that idea and how you grew it to what it is today.
So, well, I had first Nijssen Electric, and nobody couldn't say my last name. I mean, you even asked me in the beginning, and how do I pronounce it again? So I came up with my neighbor quickly we going into this EV business. What is there, what is not there, and EV Charge for You popped up as a name that was still free in the domain, and I claimed pretty much everything, so nobody scooped me around. And So, yeah, I mean, we build it up from the beginning. And the nice thing about it is that you're so new that people stop you. I had a little BMW i3, and everybody was asking, what the heck is this? An electric car? Can I see it? I let even people drive it. And I still do. I mean, I have now a Tesla Model S. And I have even Uber drivers who come to my house or drop me off after an evening getaway. And if I trust them, and they see the car popping up in the driveway, they say, oh, Tesla. I say, sit down. Put your head down. Drive that car. And they are just flabbergasted what an electric car does to you. It's quiet, it's fast, it's just amazing. Plus, everybody has an, how do you say? Everybody has electricity at home. Is this better? Yeah?
Yeah, I think that'll be better.
Okay. Everybody has electricity at home. So that's why I believed in electric cars. And of course, there's renewable stuff going on and how do you say, the hydrogen cars. But the problem with hydrogen cars is you need to have gas stations again. Mm-hmm. And then I hear from clients actually who turning them in because they needed to wait before that next person because there are not enough stations. Plus it takes also half an hour to fill it up sometimes. Mm-hmm. So what does half an hour compare with fast charging on an electric car? Nothing.
So you've been in the EV industry basically since the very beginning. You've obviously watched it grow. You've built your business around this. Mm-hmm. Where do you see the industry going in the next 5-10 years?
Well, everybody should charge at home. Even if you're multifamily housing, you should be able to get a charging station at home. And then you don't need to go to the gas station anymore. You know, everybody drives pretty much 40 to 60 miles a day. Mm-hmm. You plug the car in when you come home. The next day is nicely filled up. And I hear people saying, yeah, but what about the grid? There is enough. And with the demand factor, what we have also with green buildings where, how do you say, when we don't have enough energy, that they turn down the air conditioning units, they dim the lights. They do the same thing with the charging stations. So I don't see that problem.
Yeah. So you think it'll continue to grow, basically. Obviously, if by 2035 you have to have an electric vehicle, correct?
Yes, and I think I tell people always, like, if you think about it and you want one in the next couple of years, then chip in now, put a deposit down from $100, and it doesn't matter what car you're going to get. You know, a lot of people say Tesla. I only say, you know, get a Tesla if you drive a lot. If you drive from where I come from, San Francisco Bay Area, and I drive every week or every month to LA, I say get a Tesla because their fast chargers are always working compared with the other fast chargers on this moment. Well, other than that, there's so much there's so much flavor. There's still so much flavor coming out that I'm just excited. And a nice thing with my team is they're youngsters. Mm-hmm. They are, what we hear from everybody, they're very carefully about the environment. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I have nothing to lose, and I'm just enjoying it every day.
Well, that's amazing, and I think that's what's really cool about your story is that, you know, you came to America, you started your own business, you found this success. That's truly, you know, to me what the American dream is, and built a business in an industry that's just going to continue to keep growing, that is good for the environment. So congratulations on all that. If you could give just some advice to, you know, our younger audience of everything you've learned, you know, from moving to a new country to starting a business and just your experience in this space, what advice would you give to them?
Wow, moving to a new country. Yeah, well, that was a difficult thing, but I made it, and with the ups and downs, because even if you had 25 years experience, I need to start from scratch again as an apprentice, and I start laughing. But I will tell everybody to just, if you have a dream, go for it. And of course, you will have the struggles on the road. You do, 3 steps forwards for, maybe 1 step back or 2 steps back. Sometimes I have even like, gosh, what do I do? But I just believe in yourself. And what Mr. Nordface said earlier, I mean, he paved already the road for everybody, I think, to say that. But yeah, believe in yourself, keep the dream going, and just do it.
Just make it happen.
Make
Yeah.
it happen.
It's amazing just hearing kind of like all the different people and all the different industries, all the different speakers, but at the same time, they have very similar paths, you know, and that's what's really cool. So I guess sort of my final question for you is, what's been like the highlight of you building your own business? What's like the pop a bottle of champagne moment that you've really enjoyed? You're like, I made it, I'm doing great things, that gets you excited every day?
I'm excited to work with young people who also believe in it and also give the education to people. Being an ambassador for the EV world. But what we said early in the podcast, beginning this year also, is that you can find me anywhere. We can switch quickly. You know, we like Tesla, we can switch your steps forward faster than your competitor. But you can even find me in the field. I mean, last week, one of my guys had a problem. And I saw timing was very critical. And I jumped in the car, put my work boots in there, and I was standing working with my hands. And I love to do that because, and the client, of course, love it because, the CEO comes out and does his stuff? I love it.
There we go, guys.
Yeah.
The CEO of a company still going out, getting his hands dirty. Guys, let's give it up for Paul. Paul, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
For being here, for taking time out of your day. Paul, how can we support EV Charge for you?
Support?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I think that people who really want to go into the EV business itself, who believe that, you know, how can I say that now? If they want to go in this path, what I do, you can contact me. Happy to do so. Talk to you. There are enough companies, even around San Diego, who do the same thing what I do, and there's enough for everybody. So.
There we go. That's amazing, guys. Yeah, Paul's been a mentor of mine, a huge supporter of the Green Summit. So let's give it up one more time for Paul. Paul, thank you so much for being out here.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Thank you
welcome.
so much. Thank you so much for tuning into the episode. My name is Dylan Welch. Appreciate it. As always, stay up to date with the latest information on green.org and dylanwelch.com. Dylan Welch Media is a full-service media and communications agency dedicated to promoting, marketing, and helping businesses in clean tech, renewable energy, and sustainability grow, get more clients, get more customers, get in front of their ideal clientele. If you have any more questions, feel free to reach out. If you're interested in joining the Green Summit, go to www.green-summit.org. Reserve your ticket today. There's very few spots left, so make sure you get on that ASAP. Thank you and have a great rest of your day.